بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله، ثم ما بعد. فإخواني وأخواتي، أحببت أن أشارككم بهذه المشاركة والتي عثرت عليها لتوي وطبقتها، ولكن لما بلغ مني من الحيرة والمتابعة حتى وجدتها، وهي بسيطة جدا، ولكن كما يقول المثل العام: فاقد الشيء لا يعطيه. فالمشاركة هي عبارة عن كيف تلغي حسابك فيما يسمى الفيسبوك، وأنا أسميه لعنة الفيسبوك، ولكل رأيه. عموما تذهب إلى لدينا طريقتين. الطريقة الأولى إن كان متصفحك يدعم اللغة العربية، وإن كان متصفحك يدعم اللغة الإنجليزية، فلدينا خيارين وسوف نريدها إن شاء الله، أو نريدهما لاحقا. سنبدأ بالخيار الذي باللغة العربية كما تشاهدون الآن. فتدخل على نفس الصفحة وتفتح حسابك عادي جدا كأنك تريد أن تقرأ الحساب، كما تشاهدون هنا. في بداية الصفحة سوف تجد في اختيار في جهة اليسار قائمة تختار منها إعدادات الحساب، كما هي هذه إعدادات الحساب، وتوضح الصورة التي سوف نراها الآن. هذه الصورة سوف تظهر بهذا الشكل، فتختار من قائمة التعطيل، وإن كان باللغة الإنجليزية سوف تجده disactive. ثم ستجد سؤال عن السبب في إلغاء الحساب. باختصار سوف تكتب لهم هذا النص تماما، وهو عبارة أنكم سمحتم لصاحب الرسوم، كما تشاهدون هنا إنها مترجمة باللغة العربية. هذا هو النص تماما، أنكم سمحتم لصاحب الرسوم بالإساءة إلى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم، وهذا ما لا نقبله أبدا. ثم سوف تأتيك خيارات كما تشاهدون الآن السبب، فتجد غير ذلك، أو هناك سبب آخر وهو عدم استفادة من الفيسبوك، واختر ما شئت، والأفضل أنك تختار غير ذلك. ثم تضع كليك على إلغاء اشتراكي في البريد الإلكتروني. سوف تجد نفس الترتيب باللغة الإنجليزية معنا في الفقرة التالية إن شاء الله. ومن ثم سوف تضغط على حساب إلغاء حسابي كما هو الآن محل الماوس. نشاهد سويا. هذا هو، تعطيك كليك هنا، فسوف تنتقل بك إلى الصفحة الأخرى، وهي كما تشاهد الآن. سوف يأتيك هذا مربع الحوار هذا، وقبله سوف ترى هذا المربع، عفوا هذا المربع سوف يأتيك أولا. تدخلها هنا الرقم السري، ثم تأكيد، ثم سيأتيك مربع آخر تضع فيه كلمات التحقيق أو أحرف التحقيق، ثم تضغط كليك على تقديم، ثم سوف يتم تعطيل حسابك في غضون 2 أسبوع ما لم تدخل إليه مرة أخرى. وهذه المعلومة لم أتحقق منها لأني لتوي ألغيت حسابي الآن، ولكن لا ضير في الانتظار والتأكد، ولكن هو ما وجدته، فأحببت أن أشارككم به الرأي، لعل الله ينفعنا وينفعكم به حين نلقاه يوم لا ينفع مال ولا بنون إلا من أتى الله بقلب سليم. أما كما بالإنجليزي فهي معنا الآن. سوف تدخل على الحساب عادي يعني، وتضغط على هذا الرابط. ركزوا معي جيدا في هذا الرابط. قد تجدون إذا بحثتم في الإنترنت قد تجدون مشاركات تشرح كيفية الإلغاء، ولكن هذا الرابط سوف يأخذك مباشرة، ركزوا معي في هذا الرابط، سوف يأخذك مباشرة إلى ما تبحث عنه دون عناء أو تعب. أنا جربته وقد تعبت حتى وجدت هذه المشاركة المريحة، وأحببت أن أشارككم إياها لعل الفائدة تعم بإذن الله عز وجل. حسنا، سوف نضغط على هذا الكليك، ونفس الإجراءات التي كانت معنا في اللغة العربية سوف تكون هنا، ولكن باختلاف اللغة ليس إلا. ثم تختار حذف الحساب، سوف يأتيك مربع الحوار هذا، تعمل كليك تقديم، سيأتي مربع الحوار هذا كما ورد معنا في اللغة العربية. تضع هنا كلمة السر في هذا المكان، نلاحظ سويا. تضع هنا كلمة السر، وسيأتي بعضها الكلمة التحققية، تتحقق، تضع هذه الكلمة، هذه الأحرف تضعها هنا كما هو معروف للجميع، ثم كليك بكلمة موافق. سوف يأتيك بعدها مربع حوار بهذا الشكل، يعني كسؤال نهائي: هل تريد حذف الحساب؟ فسوف تضغط نعم. وكما أسلفنا قد أوردوا هنا إدارة المنتدى وإدارة الموقع أن الحساب سيلغى في غضون 14 يوما ما لم تجدد دخولك إليه. نبقى الآن مع مقطع بسيط للشيخ العلامة الشيخ الفاضل، ونحسبه إن شاء الله من الأفاضل، الشيخ خالد ياسين، وجزاكم الله خير.
Earth, a sky, acting as it were a canopy to protect it from stars and missiles from falling inside to kill it and destroy it. And so he gave this earth a carpet with mountains and streams, and placed upon that earth mountains to give it the balance it needs. And he gave that earth all kinds of vegetation, and he gave that earth the majority of its surface water so that it had life to generate other forms of life. And inside those oceans he placed countless forms of life that we have yet to discover. And he placed inside those mountains gold, oil, diamonds, all kinds of things from which we gain our benefit from. And he placed inside the atmosphere itself what we need just to breathe and live. And from the dirt of the earth, he created the human beings after he created all the other forms of life. This is a decree that has been made in the Quran that was revealed 1424 years ago. This is not Walt Disney. This is not Steven Spielberg. This is the voice of the creator of the heavens and the earth giving you and I some details. And he revealed this to his servant, his illiterate servant, born in the desert 1424 years ago. And then he says that he created us from dust, dirt, a substance from the earth, mixed with water. In one place he calls it nutfa. Nutfa means sperm. In another place he calls it turab. It means dust. In another place he calls it sabsalim. It means a mixture of sounding clay. All of these themselves are descriptions of the origin of the human being and his nature. Then in the same verses, what does he say? He says, first, we created you from sperm, and after sperm, made you into a clot of blood clinging to the womb. Now think about that. When was it discovered from a scientific point of view, from an academic point of view? When was it discovered? When was that discovered? That the sperm impregnated the egg, became a fetus, and then became a clot of blood, and that clot of blood clung to the womb of the mother so that it could get the nutrition and become a host. So the mother would become a host, and she would begin to feed it without even her own volition. Then he says, from that clot of blood, it began to hang. And now we know from scientific filming, scientific documentation, that the sperm swims, millions of sperm, and only one hits that egg. Then that egg settles in the womb. When it settles in the womb, it germinates. When it germinates and breaks open, it becomes a clot of blood. And then it clings to the womb. Then after that, it starts to hang from the womb. And that hanging part is the umbilical cord. The Quran said that. Then he says, from that hanging clot, then we make into it a fetus. Now we know that 9 weeks into pregnancy, the fetus is there. The fetus, what is it? It's the brain. It's the spinal cord. It's the part of the human being that gives it all the senses and its identity. Then we know at 21 weeks it's a fully grown embryo. With the heart pumping, with the lungs breathing, with the eyes fully formed, with the hands and the fingers and the toes and the kidneys functioning, fully formed at 12 weeks, 12 weeks, fully formed. Then he says, then we clothe that fetus with skin. Go to the scientific manuals and see what this process has been discovered, if it is not accurate. And then he says, after that we clothe it. Then after that we bring it forward as another creature. So it comes forward as a child. Because as a child, now it has its own personality. It is given its own spirit. It is given its own designation. It comes forward, it is named a child, a human with its own name and identity. This is what the Quran says. 1424 years ago, our beginning. Then he says, after some time, you will die. A fact. No maybe, not some of you, not the poorest of you, not the weakest of you, but all of you will come through this process and then you will die. Now we know that whether they create what they call a surrogate mother or whether they take that and put it into a test tube, the process is still the same, isn't it? Cannot go outside of this process because the Creator is the Creator and He has determined the system. Now the human beings can fool around a little bit and make a surrogate mother, put a baby in a monkey. They can do all kinds of foolish things if they want to, but they will not change the process. But what they may do is that the other thing that comes forward may be something other than what the Creator has intended. So when they start cloning, you're going to find out there's going to be a lot of freak type people whose psychology, whose genetic structure, whose mentality, whose physical structure, whose nutritional balance, whose mental order is going to be dysfunctional. Why? Because no way man can create like the Creator, because man is a subject. This is our beginning. You have to say glory be to God if He revealed to His servant 1424 years ago these facts which science has not contradicted. My dear brothers and sisters, that's our beginning. Now I want you to listen for a moment. We're going to continue this excursion. Because perhaps this may be the first time that some of you have heard this or considered it. So bear with me a moment. Now that's our beginning. No need for us to talk about what we do from childhood until adulthood. We all know that. We know the drama of life. And that drama doesn't change whether we're from Africa or from China, from America or Australia. Whether you're male or female, rich or poor, black or white, tall or short, the scenario, the drama of human development, it doesn't change. So let's go from the beginning of the world, the beginning of the human, and let's go to the end. Now that end can be characterized with a word that all of us like to avoid. You know, whenever people use the word death, they use it like in a whisper. You say he died. We always use it like for somebody else. And even when we see people dying in war, being killed, even when we're entertained, we like to think to ourselves, because they're actors, well, they're not really being killed, they're just actors. So the scenario of death doesn't really come to us. It doesn't really reach home. As the Quran says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المقابر كلا سوف تعلمون ثم كلا سوف تعلمون كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين لترون الجحيم ثم لترونها عين اليقين ثم لتسألون يومئذ عن النعيم. The Quran says you are busy piling up, calculating, developing your careers, your money, your occupation, your wealth until you visit the graves. Think about it. When was the last time that you went to a funeral? Was it your mother? Was it your father? Was it your grandfather? Was it your uncle? Was it your cousin? Was it your friend? Was it your wife? Was it your husband? The last time that you visited the grave, when you went to a funeral and you saw that person whom you loved that was laughing, crying, live, boasting, wealthy, educated, denying, arrogant, whatever they were. What was the demeanor of the people when you walked in that funeral home? When that person was stretched out in their last suit? What was the demeanor? Were the people cracking jokes? Were they dancing? Were they clapping and singing songs? No. Silence. Melancholy. Trauma. Why? Because every person that walked in that room, seeing that person stretched out, the first thing they thought about was not the person. The first thing they thought about was that one day, this will be me. So Allah said, Alhaakum al-takathur. All of us, all of you are engaged in running your mouths, doing your business, multiplying, buying houses, cars, business, whatever you're doing. And when you're told about God, religion, life, morality, you're saying, look, I ain't got no time for that. You got no time for that. I don't want to hear that. of fact, I don't even know if I'm going to die, and if I do, maybe I'm coming back again. As a matter of fact, science is so sophisticated that I think really that they're on the verge of being able to solve the whole thing of death soon. We ain't got to die. If we got enough money, we don't even have to die. See how arrogant people can be.